As you put your work out to the world and you grow through service, you'll encounter many kinds of energies and people. You'll become more aware of their subtle energies around you and of other people's thoughts and feelings as well. You'll want to learn how to handle these energies in a way that allows you to be a source of light no matter what type of energy you're around. The truth is, you have the ability to feel the way that you want at all times. Welcome to True Higher Self. This is your host, Kelly. This is our last chapter in Spiritual Growth, a book by Sanaya Roman, Being Your Higher Self. And there's a lot of value in this lesson and this discussion today. And I'll recap it again. That is, you have the ability to feel the way that you want at any given time, at all times. And we're going to talk about how to be transparent to others' energies and to even transmute the energies at a higher level. The value, of course, being that in a day and age where there's a lot going on, or it seems like there's a lot going on, particularly on social fronts, news fronts, etc., that these things, if we're not careful, have the ability to throw us off center. And what we want to do is to be in control of ourselves at all times. We don't want to be, as higher beings, afraid to be around groups, or afraid to engage in conversations, or just afraid or worried or anxious. The idea here is to realize from a foundational standpoint that we are the observer and that we are connected to Christ consciousness through our subconscious minds. And who we really are is total. We are source energy, individualized. So we realize that truly no weapon formed against us shall prosper because there's really not a weapon. We are one. So what we're going to do today is talk about how to be in the world, if you will, and not of the world. Learning how to stay calm and centered in your own energy while experiencing the energies and thoughts and feelings of other people around you, we can call that being transparent. When you're transparent, you can comfortably be with many different kinds of people. You can learn to enjoy what is positive about them, and you can find ways to go higher when you're around energies that are not as harmonious as your own. To grow spiritually, you do not need to create a perfect environment, have no negative people around you, or retreat from the world. You are here to learn how to be your higher self in the midst of the kinds of energies that are present on the earth. So the goal is not to separate yourselves from people who act different from you or who will, obviously be less conscious. The goal is to figure out a way to be transparent to their energies and to be able to exist and coexist with the hopes of helping to raise their energy and bringing light into their lives and into their situations. If you remove yourself, then you think of it this way. If you remove yourself, you're removing light from the situation. Now, what kind of emotional energy do you find the hardest to be around? Anger, frustration, anxiety, impatience, hurt feelings, perhaps complaining, self-righteousness, stubbornness, indifference, incompetence, lack of direction, self-direction, negativity, helplessness, manipulation, or controlling types of people. Those are the very emotions that you need to become increasingly transparent to in order to grow spiritually and to gain more power. Now, you can try to avoid these energies by changing jobs or moving away from neighbors who bother you. However, you will continually attract people with similar energies until you learn how to stay balanced and in your center around them. Now, this happened to me, so I know this to be very much true. Combine that with my now understanding of thoughts create things. I lived in a neighborhood when I bought my first home where my neighbors were not my favorite. Let's just put it lightly. And I carried that concern with me in purchasing a new home. My primary reason for leaving that neighborhood was to be away and rid myself from those neighbors. And I obviously was preoccupied with making sure that that situation did not duplicate itself. And in doing so, I spent a lot of time thinking about that. And what was I doing? I was creating an opportunity for that to replicate. Why? Because I was bringing it along with me. Higher levels of thinking, we understand that we are creators of our own lives through our thoughts, through our vibrations. And if we want to, we can transcend any situation. We can transcend any situation. Now, in order to become transparent, you must start by not reacting to what people do. When you get emotional about their behavior, you are not transparent to their energy. Once you're unemotional and acting from your calm, clear center, the actions that you take will be the ones that create the most results. One of the best ways to become transparent? Find some aspect of the other person that you believe you can be harmonious with. This will allow you to stay calm enough to know what action to take from a clear, balanced, and peaceful frame of mind. If people are intimidating, threatening, or trying to control you, imagine that they're small, like 1 inch tall, for example. Would you still respond in the same way? If people are angry or aggressive, see them as small children throwing tantrums, for they're expressing their little selves, not their higher selves. Awareness of other people's energies is a great gift. So we have a great gift as higher beings. We're very aware of other people's energies and emotions. Your greater awareness lets you know when you need to be transparent. Feelings would not annoy us unless we had similar feelings, attitudes, or behaviors, however minor, within ourselves. Imagine that other people in your life are playing out roles to mirror back to you certain parts of yourself. When they act in ways that you don't like, they are mirroring back to you a part of yourself that you haven't yet learned to love. As you learn to love and find beauty in others, you will become transparent to their energies. Some of us are such natural healers that unknowingly we take on other people's energies, and we need to become aware of that. Now, we have spent much time trying to make others' lives work, perhaps thinking of their problems and pain, and all that has become ours. It takes a high degree of mastery to do this without lowering our energies, so we must become aware of that. Let's learn to recognize when we've taken on another's energies and learn ways to release those energies. If you've taken on energy that's not your own, there are ways to release it. Realizing that you are not feeling the way that you were feeling before you saw the person can help release that person's energy. Just becoming aware. At a physical level, you can remove the energy of other people from your body through deep breathing techniques, yoga, exercise, and also body work. Stopping from time to time throughout the day and taking several deep breaths will assist you in clearing your energy. That is so helpful for many, many aspects of your physicality, your mentality, and your spirituality, quite honestly. And as you go higher, you may choose to transmute energy rather than become transparent to it. At a high degree of mastery, you may knowingly take on some other people's denser and less harmonized energies so you can assist them with transmuting and releasing them. So in other words, taking that intensity and pointing it in a different direction. Now, this does require a higher level of mastery in terms of your higher vibration. Because quite honestly, people on the lower level of mastery, this type of dense energy assumption could take you down with it. So there's a difference in transmuting and in being transparent to the energies. You can know if you're letting these energies affect you by becoming more observant of your thoughts and of your emotions. Now, one of the things I will say that has helped me the most in terms of understanding how to deal with people, understanding how to deal with different types of people, different types of energies, and different types of emotion, and not allowing it to linger or just latch itself onto me is this. And I think it's something that we don't use. We have this tool, but we don't use it as often as we could because we're in the moment. The tool is this. Before you act, ask. Before you act, ask. Ask who? Ask yourself. When we on this channel talk about becoming your true higher self, the fact of the matter is you are always your highest self. You are individualized source energy. So you are made in the likeness of all there is, of God. Becoming your higher self, your true higher self, is simply the act of becoming conscious of it, becoming aware of who you are. You're always who you are. You're just not aware of it. And not being aware of it takes away some of your power. If you're not aware that you're a king, if you're not aware that you can fly, chances are you probably won't try to fly. But once you become aware of it, then perhaps you fly every day. So becoming your true higher self is the act of becoming aware. So having said that, one of the things that can help us greatly is when before we act, before we go, before we engage, before we implement, ask. Ask yourself, what is the purpose here? What is my role here? How do I most positively, productively engage in this opportunity and make it work out, not just for me, but for all involved? And then you recess to the quiet, to the silence, and await the answer. But know innately that your subconscious mind, your Lord, your connectivity to universal consciousness, Christ consciousness, knows all. It is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. It can do all things. It is everywhere. And it is all powerful. So you have that at your command. Use it. And by using that, you have the ability to feel the way that you want at all times. You can feel peaceful, calm, centered, and balanced no matter who is around or what is going on. As you learn to become transparent, you'll find your sensitivity increasing, for there is great advantage in being able to sense energy at any increasingly refined level. Your sensitivity, again, is a gift. Your calm and peace will be a gift to others as well, and you will make a contribution to shifting their awareness to a higher consciousness, which of course is the goal. We are here to shine our light, to be of service, not to run and hide and to deflect or to shield ourselves from people who we find less attractive from a spiritual standpoint. We're here to share. If we allow ourselves, we can get caught up in five sensory data. That's why discussions like this, that's why channels like this are very, very key to assist us and help us stay on track, because we're here to help each other while we're helping others. Guys, there's a free download for you in the description. It is a book in regard to the benefits of a personal yoga and meditation practice. It is very powerful. I would that you go out and just download that. That is yours for free. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're not already done so. We'll see you again next week. Have a great week.